And we welcome you back to Conference USA Media Days. I'm Ron Thulin. Up next, North Texas. And joining us, the head coach in his first year, Seth Luttrell. Seth, good to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Also joining us, linebacker Fred Scott. He has started every game for the Mean Green over the last 2 seasons. And the leading rusher for North Texas, Jeffrey Wilson. Seth, I want to start with you. First year as head coach. You look back at your career, dating back to when you played Oklahoma. You were the captain of the national championship team. How has everything prepared you for what you're going through right now?
Well, the biggest thing that we talked a lot about as a team when I came in, just the transition from to a new coaching staff. I was exactly where they were sitting. I remember sitting in that room when Coach Stoops came in after my sophomore year, and just that experience, understand what the challenges they were going through and the different emotions that they were going through. So it really helped me a lot through the transition. And you know, it's been a lot of fun getting around these guys. They've done extremely, probably a little quicker than I thought they would, come even closer as a team. Had an unbelievable spring, and these guys have been phenomenal. They're hard workers and great teammates, and it's been a lot of fun working with them.
Now, obviously, you're from Muskogee, Oklahoma, but when looking at coaches taking jobs, I've always believed they have to fit the situation personality-wise. I look at you, your blue jeans and cowboy boots. Is that fair?
That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. You're not going to see a suit and tie on me.
You are uncomfortable with it on, I know. Yeah.
You know what? I enjoy it, but you know, that's how. Again, we want to be comfortable. At the end of the day, we're going to go into a building, and I want everybody to feel comfortable. It's a family. We're at home, and at the end of the day, how hard are we working on what really matters, and that's towards competing on the football field and winning football games.
Talking to my friends in Oklahoma, the one thing when I mentioned your name, number one that came up was work ethic. Going back to even your father, your family, and the car dealership, but the work ethic. That's something that was instilled in you very early. Is that something you're trying to show these young men right now?
Absolutely. First of all, I had to work extremely hard because I can promise you I wasn't doing it with my athleticism. So I knew at any time I wasn't working hard, they were going to recruit somebody else above me real quick. But absolutely, I mean, that's something that we're all striving for, right? I mean, coming in there and truly testing yourself and understanding what it is to work hard each and every day. And you got to have great teammates, great coaches in order to do that, because you got to be able to push each other. You got to challenge each other. And again, that's exactly what we're working towards right here. And you got to have great leadership. And we're coming together, and I think these guys are working extremely hard. And we have a lot of great teammates. And I'm excited again to get back to work with these guys in fall camp and let's challenge ourselves to be the best we can.
You come obviously from North Carolina, where you put up record numbers for the Tar Heels, but this is a team that was built in a power running game. How much can you put your system in with the players you have right now? And it's not a criticism of the players, it's how much can you adapt to what you have right now?
Well, you have to adapt year in and year out. No team's the same. It doesn't matter. Every year I was at North Carolina, Indiana, Arizona, every year was different, and you're going to have different players. And so the biggest thing is staying true to what you believe in and what your system is, and understanding and knowing the answers to your system, and then being able to teach the players that, and to where they know the answers and exactly what to expect. We try to keep it as simple as possible, because not only these guys in the film meeting room and out of the practice field a lot of people don't realize they're going through 3 or 4 classes a day, then they got study hall, and they got other things that they have to do. And so this isn't the NFL to where it's a full-time job. There's a lot of different things as a student they have to do, and that's very time-consuming. And so we believe in what we do and what our system is, and just trying to teach it as best as possible, and again, so they understand the answers to what we're looking for.
Obviously, your offensive coordinator is Graham Harrell, record-setting quarterback from Texas Tech and the pride of Ennis, Texas. Tell him I said that, by the way. But you're both disciples of Mike Leach. What has he meant in your life as far as coaching and understanding that type of offense?
Offensively, a big part of it. Obviously, I played in the system, and so having played in the system, really enjoyed it. And then having an opportunity, he took a chance on me. I was a young GA at the time. He hired me as the running backs coach at a Big 12 school and gave me an unbelievable opportunity. A guy that I really respect, but just what he does within his system. He believes in it, and he really didn't care if he felt like other people knew exactly what we were doing. To him, it was more about execution, and we're going to be able to execute better than you can stop us. And at the end of the day, he's kept it extremely simple, and the players love it. They have a lot of fun within the system.
Now, he didn't have a playbook Really? Are you going to have a playbook?
Do we have a playbook, Jeffrey?
Do you have a playbook?
Yes,
There you go. It's
If you
you,
have to-
Kingsbury now Graham and everybody. The tree is out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're having to dive in your playbook every single week, you're probably not going to be able to play very fast again. They'll know our system again, we've had 15 spring ball practices. They get an opportunity to go out as players and work on it all summer long, offensively and defensively in our systems. And if they don't know our plays by September 3rd, there's really no use for a playbook.
Fred, I want to talk to you. How important is it to get rid of the bad memories from 2015 last season on defense and to forget about it?
You have to have a short memory, just like sometimes with any other sports, bad things happen. I mean, we had a whole year of bad, so you learn from it, and then you grow from it, and then you let it go. As far as us, we've been building with the new systems and the new coaching staff and everything, so we've been improving everything that we've done in the past. We look back at last year and we learn from the mistakes that we made, grow from them, learn from the good things that we did, build on those, and then keep moving forward.
Your defensive coordinator, Matt Eckler, outstanding. Obviously, he has an incredible pedigree. Knowing his defenses, he likes a lot of movement in his defense. Do you like that?
I love it because it gives us a lot more freedom to make plays and play, and everything just keeps rolling. And then it's just a whole exciting exciting game and things like that. So being able to have the freedom to move around and be able to have the freedom to change the plays, check what we want, or whenever we feel necessary, then it gives us a lot of freedom. It's a lot more fun to play that way.
Now, one of the things that stood out to me when you look at the numbers of North Texas on defense, they were third in the FBS in fumbles recovered with 14, I should say. Only Navy and Virginia Tech had more. How important is it to continue that tradition of forcing the turnovers to allow your offense to grow as the season progresses?
It's very important because you win the turnover battle, and a lot of times you'll win the game. So being able to force turnovers and get turnovers and help the offense, put them in a better position to score, I mean, it only helps the team.
Now, talking to Graham Harrell, we're going to turn to you now, Jeffrey, but talking to Graham Harrell a couple of months ago, I said, okay, what's the key to your offense? He looked me in the eye and he says, find ways to get Wilson the football. Is that music to your ears?
I mean, of course, hearing that, if you're a player, getting ready for the upcoming season, you don't really know a lot about your new guys that came in, and to hear something like that, that just adds on fire to what's already going. So I mean, it's real good. I love Coach Harrell to death. He's a good guy.
He is.
Yes,
but the one thing I think when everybody looks at your career, you look back to 2014, you got dinged up. You got dinged up last year, a couple of missed games. And I read an article on how you're trying to do everything possible not to have that happen again, changing diet, working out differently. Talk about what you've gone through in order to stay healthy this season.
I mean, Coach Womack, he's incredible. Like, ever since he came to North Texas, he told me, like, we're going to get you bigger, we're going to get you stronger, we're going to get you faster, and all those things that he told me that he came through on. And like, right now, I feel better than I ever felt before, like, ever in my life. Like, even from little growing on up to now. I mean, I feel great, and I'm just ready to get the season started.
Some of the highlights of your offense, obviously running the football, but I want to talk about you as a receiver, because last year during the season, I remember saying on the air that I thought you could be an outstanding dual threat guy. I think you can catch the football.
Yeah.
Is this offense conducive for you catching the football more?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. And for me, I actually love it because I'll be able to get in open field more, be one-on-one with guys, and really showcase my skills and what I can do.
Obviously, you're going to have a new starting quarterback this year, Alec Morris, an Alabama graduate transfer. Talk about his transition, Seth, into this offense, and also getting used to guys like Jeffrey Wilson and the rest of your offensive players.
Yeah, again, through transition, it was a challenge. Just coming in and learning a new system and having 15 practices again. I thought he handled it really well, especially for the situation he came into. For just getting around all the players every single year, you're going to have a new group comes in and going to be a part of your family. So you got to grow together and grow quickly. But the things he did, that he had some really good days this spring, and again, he'll tell you he didn't have some not so great days. But whereas maybe a little easier in this transition is through whether it was offense or defense, everybody was in the transition. Everybody was learning the new system, and so probably made it easier on each other. Wasn't as much trying to hurry to get up to date to where everybody was kind of on the same page in all our installs, and so it probably helped him a little bit there.
One of the stats that Mike Leach would hate I even bring this up was time of possession. You were -7 last year in North Texas in time of possession. Your defense was on the field a lot. Mike doesn't think that really matters, but I think that wears on a defense. How important is that to you?
Well, if you look back at everywhere I've been, I don't think our time of possession. I don't know what it was last year, but I would say it was probably pretty low. At the end of the day, we got to take care of each other. Offense, defense, special teams. You better play extremely good football on 2 out of the 3. You better win 2 out of the 3 to win a football game. And so we're all taking care of each other. At the end of the day, it's still about, I don't care if we win 10-9 or 63-55. It's about putting ourselves in the best situation to win a football game. And however that is, that's exactly what we'll do.
Coach Eckler had a great line. He said it's a simple philosophy. Get the best 11 men on the field to play. He did it at Georgia. But do you have the personnel to play the type of defense that you want to play this season?
Absolutely. There's guys here. There's unbelievable athletes here, big-time players. The biggest thing with us is just depth alone. Kind of going into next season, as of right now, we're probably going next season with this last class with maybe 68 scholarship players. But I'll tell you this, there'll be 68 scholarship players that go out there and compete their tails off, that come together as a team, and it'll show up on Saturday. They'll be competitive, and we'll play fast. But at the end of the day, you're always recruiting to your systems year in and year out, always trying to find great players that come in and fit not only your system but your core values, who you are as a program, and we'll continue to do that.
You recruit players, but did you have to recruit fans? In other words, to go out and meet the boosters, the students, the community, and say, this is a new era starting right now. Was that part of the job?
Yeah, I think it's part of any job, no matter where you're at. You got to go get into the community, get to know people, and it's still a people business. It's still getting relationships and supporting people within the community, because if you do that, they'll turn around and in turn support you. And it's not only important for our football staff, but also our players to make sure we're visible in our community, and we're not only visible, but that we're there to help, and we're all in this thing together.
Do you think you could block him when he played in his prime? Have you seen any highlights of him blocking, by the way?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit.
What'd you think?
I'm a man, so I think I can.
You're a man that won't be starting the first game. You say the right answer.
Hey, man, probably won't, but I'll have to try it.
If he can't block me, he's at the wrong place.
Okay, what if you saw him coming at you? Could you take him on then back then in the old days?
No doubt in my mind.
You gotta like that, huh?
Absolutely.
So one of the things about the North Texas program, you obviously have an outstanding facility in Apogee Stadium. It's conducive to having an incredible crowd right there. Was that one of the selling points for you?
Absolutely. Just being there and just seeing the atmosphere, seeing the stadium itself, and it's unbelievable. And again, I think it's second to none to have an unbelievable game day atmosphere. And there's still a lot of things that we're doing right now to even make it better. And again, we got strong leadership from the top with Dr. Smostrick, and we're extremely excited about getting our new athletic director in and continuing to build on the game day atmosphere, and so getting that place rocking and rolling to where it becomes an advantage.
Final question for both you. Answer this question or finish this sentence. My goal for this season is, Jeffrey?
I mean, to be short and sweet is to be better than last year, way better. I mean, and to hold all my teammates accountable and push them to places that they thought they could never go. That way we could be successful when the season comes.
Fred?
Ultimate goal is to win a conference championship and a bowl game. On top of that, go out on top. It's my last year. It's my last go, so it's all or nothing.
Gentlemen, we thank you for your time. Seth, good to see you again. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Still to come from Conference USA Media Days, we will turn our attention to Florida Atlantic when we come back.